listening online, watching our live feed. This is the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. I'm Rippy Longstocking, and I'm here to announce to you game number 9 between the Philly Hooligans and Casco Bay. I'm sorry, Penn Jersey Roller Derby. I said the wrong thing because I'm looking at the wrong one. So let me run down a quick roster here. Sorry, we got a little bit off track in terms of time for that last one. I'm going to announce Casco first. 108 Shazama Pajama, 13 Be Advised, 140 Nurse Smashy, 207 Mini Fridge, 26 Fierce Oxide, number 3 Masonic Boom, 305 Grim Demise, 40 Per Oxide, 427 Some Skater Named X, 45 Upchuck Berry, 503 Tugboat, 51 Brave Effects, 6 Ryan Arnold, 68 Zappy, 711 Sandman, 74 Rock This, 775 Deep Insider, 78 Moose, 808 BOB, and 876 Dark Evader. So a couple of seconds here, and I'll get the other roster up to you in just a minute. So you do see a Grasso on the line there for Penn Jersey, and that's a skater named X for Casco Bay. Grasso looking for an outside line, getting driven to the outfield and recycled back. Skater named X looking for an inside line. Furious Oxide trying to open up a lane and is able to do so. Skater named X, lead jammer. Grasso also out of the pack, finding a way around. Skater named X calls it off before Grasso can get into the pack of red skaters, but it does end up being a 0-0 jam. This is game number 9 of Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. If you'd like to interact with us on Twitter, you can tweet the hashtag BOBH2017 or hashtag talk the number 2, talk to BOBH. That is Beast out as lead jammer. Beast out. That's Shazama to Pajama still looking for a way through the pack. One blocker left to beat. Falls right on the edge and steps out of bounds. Beast is able to put up a grand slam. Shazama recycled to the back of the pack. Beast able to find an outside line again for another grand slam. Shazama getting punched to the inside. Can come in front of Zoom. Beast out for another 5. Beast just killing it for another grand slam. Looking at his sideline coach there. She's telling him to keep going. Shazama crawling on the knees there. It looks like Zoom will pick up a penalty there. Sorry, I missed the cue on that one, but Shazama finally out. I think we took 3 revolutions of the track or 2 revolutions of the track for finally Shazama to get out. He's out. Beast looking for another grand slam, but gets pushed to the infield, and that allows Shazama to come back in. So Beast may not be able to pick up a grand slam this time. So our second jam of this game so far, Beast has put up 25 points. 25 points there for Penn Jersey. I'm sorry, 29 points for Penn Jersey. Casco does eke out 4 there. Just a little over 26.5 minutes left in this half. Again, Penn Jersey at 29, Casco at 4. Jam number 3. We're looking at D-Day out there jamming for Penn Jersey. That looks like Fear Oxide out there for Casco. Fear Oxide getting driven to the infield. D-Day out as lead jammer. Oh, nice little move there by D-Day, able to get way around that defense of Casco Bay. Fear Oxide getting driven out of the apex. Falls, slow to get up, but does get up. D-Day trying an apex jump, but actually puts both hands down in the infield and has to be recycled back. Fear Oxide also getting recycled back way past the jammer line. D-Day able to get out and put 5 more on the board for Penn Jersey. Fear Oxide able to hang in on the inside of that line, staying in bounds, still not out of the pack. D-Day able to put 5 additional points on the board. Fear Oxide finally makes it past T-Ice, or Tice, and D-Day slips through and calls it off. So again, the Hooligans were able to put 19 points on the board to Casco 0. So Penn Jersey, the Hooligans are looking at 48, Casco at 4. We're just around 24.5 minutes left in this half. So that looks like Duke of Hearts. If I'm reading the numbers correctly, the angle's a little bad up here, but it looks like Duke of Hearts. But that is Grim Demise for Casco. A really great skater. I enjoyed watching her play this weekend. She can really, she has the talent on the skates. Does get out as lead jammer. Duke of Hearts getting driven to the infield. Pops in and will get called for a track cut. Came in a little bit too early. This gives Grim Demise an opportunity to make up some of those points. Looks like there will be a multiplayer block assessed for Zomicidal Maniac. Grim Demise out for 5 points for Casco. And Grim Demise finds that inside lane. Takes a look at the penalty box as she comes around because she notices that jammer is standing. It's a Duke of Hearts for the Hooligans. Oh, nice little inside lane. She's able to put 5 additional points on the board. So just like that, Grim Demise is able to really put some damage there on the scoreboard. She slips through. We will see. She was able to get that 1 point. Yeah. So she was able to slip through 1 additional point. So that's 15 total for Grim Demise. So it's 48 Hooligans, 20 Casco Bay. 22.5 or so minutes left in this half. Game number 9, Battle of Bunker Hill. So that is Grasso with the star for the Hooligans, and that is Peroxide with the star for Casco. Grasso out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Peroxide getting driven outside of the apex, and they were so paying attention to her that they missed Grasso putting up a grand slam. Peroxide getting pulled all the way back to the jammer line while Grasso puts another 5 on the board. Peroxide getting jostled around on the inside there. looking to get past Ventura. He's just giving her a time. And now that's Sin Diesel, right? Yeah, that she's looking to get past. Grasso having a little trouble there. It looks like they finally saw him coming through, but boom, able to pop out for another 5. 20 so far on the board for Grasso. Star pass on the track. We're now looking at Mini Fridge with the star. Grasso sees it happening, sees Mini Fridge coming in and calls it off, but Grasso was able to put 23 points on the board for the Hooligans. So Casco came in with that strong jam, and the Hooligans just answered. So we do have a timeout on the track, and so that allows me to tell you a little bit about the Hooligans and who's playing for them today. 0 is Grasso, 11 is Mainframe, 16 Speed Tree, 13 Beast, 245 Zombicidal Maniac, number 4 Nurse Ratchet, 40 Juke of Hearts, 44 Sharkskin, 440 Ventura, 5 D-Day, 610 Hef, 8 Yosemite Slam, 899 General So Fine, number 9 T-Ice, number 90 Betty Switch, 930 Sin Diesel. So we do have a timeout on the floor called by Casco. You are listening to and or watching game number 9 of the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. Casco Bay in the red, Philly Hooligans in the black. Wow, Beast just finds a way through there, slips out as lead jammer very quickly. That's skater named X looking for a way through the pack. On the apex, almost gets through, but not quite. Beasts through for 5 points. Skater named X trying to beat Zombie and does. Skater named X is out of the pack. Beast through for another. Puts up an additional 4, looks like, and does call it off before skater named X can get back around. 9 total for the Hooligans for that jam. That's 80 to Casco's 20. Just a little over 20 minutes left in this half. So you'll see on the line D-Day, quick lead jammer status. Jammer, he was so fast, he outran his jam ref. But this is Fear Oxide getting driven out of bounds. Yeah, so that was really quick. T-Ice picked up a penalty there right as Fear Oxide was getting driven out of bounds. He was able to continue through the track. Now, D-Day is still lead jammer, so in control of the track. Looks like able to pick up 6 points on that jam, so it's 86 to 20 in favor of the Hooligans. Just about 19 minutes left in this half. So that is Grim Demise on the line for Casco. Juke of Hearts out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Grim Demise going to play a little defense there. And she's not going to get lead jammer. She's going to make sure the other jammer has to work hard for it. So Juke of Hearts looking to get out. Grim Demise looking to get out on her initial pass. So that's Speed Tree looking to hold up Grim Demise. A little star pass to Peroxide there. Duke of Hearts decides to just call it off before it gets any more out of control there. But he was able to put 6 points on the board for the Hooligans. Casco remains at 20. We're right at 18 minutes left in this half. Looks like Casco's putting Shazama back on the jam line for them. And that is Grasso for the Hooligans. Grasso able to find an outside line and through as lead jammer. Shazama looking for her way through the pack. Looking again, and here comes Grasso. Will get called. It looks like a back block. Will be called on Grasso. This will be a power jam for Casco. So you'll see his teammates there helping to work Shazama through. But the Hooligans are fast movers out there, and they're going to speed up the pack. So that's Masonic Boom trying to run a little offense there. Actually picks up a penalty. So nice job by the Hooligans killing that power jam. Shazama still not through the pack, but here comes Grasso. So about 50 seconds left in this jam. 16 and a half minutes left in this half. Oh, nice little backwards move there by Grasso. Able to put an additional 5 on the board for the Hooligans. Shazama looking to get through. Just finding a lot of resistance there. Seeing a lot of good defensive work this weekend. One of our teams able to really, if you're a jammer on one of these MRDA teams, endurance, endurance, endurance. You have a star pass on the floor. We'll be giving the star too many fridge, but Grasso able to pop through again for another 5. Hooligans really deciding to put away this lead here. So Grasso ends up with 19 points there, but Casco also puts 8 on the board. 15 and a half minutes left in this half. So skater named X with the star for Casco. And that's Beast for the Hooligans. Oh, got a little hip on him there. Looks like he might have gotten popped in the face there. I'm not really sure. It certainly wasn't intentional, but looks like Zappy will head to the penalty box. But Beast is out for 5 points. So able to shake off that little face pop there. Skater named X getting through the track. Does complete the initial pass, and that's something that they've had some trouble doing. Skater named X, one of the more successful ones, has figured out a little bit about how this Hooligans defense works. Casco also running Fear Oxide here with the star. Didn't see much of Fear Oxide for a little while, certainly as a blocker, not as a jammer, but now he's wearing the star several times so far. But we do have D-Day out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Oh, tries to make a jump, does not land it, but stays in bounds, so is able to pick up 5 points. Fear Oxide still looking to get through on his initial pass. Lots of help from his teammates, but just that Hooligans defense is just wildly all over the track, covering everything, and that allows D-Day to slip through unnoticed with 5 more on the board. Fear Oxide out of the pack on his initial pass. And we'll see if he was able to... No, he was not able to pick any up. So that was a total of 12. Want to make sure we got that pointage right here. Yes, 12. So that brings Penn Jersey up to 132 and Casco at 28. So we're just under 13 minutes here left in this half of game number 9. Casco Bay in red. And Penn Jersey Roller Derby in black. You see Duke of Hearts out there with a star for the Hooligans, and Grim Demise with a star for Casco Bay. Duke of Hearts is out as lead jammer. Grim Demise looking to get through on her initial pass. Wow, Duke of Hearts, nice little move there. Actually managed to avoid the blockers and hit the jammer out of bounds. Grim Demise looked like she might be handing off the star, but I think that might have been a little trick on her part to make it look like she was handing off the star to Peroxide, but didn't actually do so. Duke of Hearts, his bench telling him, she's still got the star. And so they tell him to call it off, and he does. But that does give the Hooligans 9 additional points. So just under 11 and a half minutes left to go in this half. It is Penn Jersey with 141 and Casco with 28. So that is Grasso on the line for the Hooligans and some skater named X for Casco Bay. Both jammers pushing hard against the defense, but Grasso able to stretch out the back and just push people forward until they are out of range, and he gets to be released as the lead jammer. Some skater named X still working against that Hooligans defense, and looks like he had some help there from some of his teammates, but that allowed Grasso to slip through unnoticed and put up 5 points on the board. Grasso with another 5. So that's the pivot nurse smash it for Casco. They'll be headed to the box, and that just gives some skater named X just a bit fewer options. Skater named X, unable to get out of the pack, and also picking up a cut track penalty. This gives Grasso 20 points so far. Grasso finding an outside lane, putting an additional 5. So Nurse Smash It out of the penalty box, looking to help out with Grasso, but unable to knock him into the infield. Several swings there, a couple of misses. Grasso able to put, so far this is a 30-point jam for Grasso. Now some skater named X is out of the box, but still not completed his initial pass. Grasso was simply looking to kill some time on that clock to get all of his teammates out of the penalty box, and in so doing put a 30-point jam on the board. So right at 9 minutes left in this half, we have the Hooligans at 171 and Casco Bay at 28. Stay tuned as well, because this afternoon we have more games. Mass Maelstrom versus Toronto, and then we have our B team games. Also this afternoon we will have some MVPs to give out. So please get on your Twitter feed and let us know what you think about MVPs. We've seen several qualified players so far. Hashtag BOBH2017 or hashtag talk the number 2 BOBH. So it was very exciting for Fear Oxide actually got lead jammer status. Was being instructed to call it off. pin jersey was able to pick up 4 there. And you could just see it on his face. Fear Oxide was very disappointed that he wasn't able to do more with that lead jammer status, but they'll send a little confusion here. I want to make sure. So our officials are also confused. Need to figure out what's actually being called on the floor. So it's very chilly in this particular venue, and so you'll see a lot of our non-skating officials have on gloves, and so sometimes it makes it a little bit difficult for us to see what they are calling. It looks like an official review is being called. Just under 8 minutes left in this half, and while I know you're out there in the virtual land, but there are some things that I can tell you about. Wildflower's gluten-free bakery of Brunswick, Maine, offers a fabulous selection of outlandishly delicious gluten-free baked goods. So they are actually in our venue today, but if you're out there in Facebook land, head on over to their Facebook page. They are at Wildflowers, and that's spelled WILDFLOURS, gluten-free bakery. So I will update you as soon as I know what happened with that official review. A little unclear right now, but we'll get some information as soon as we can and update our audience. So there is just about 8 minutes left to go in this half. Pin jersey at 175, Casco at 28. We're finishing up with an official review called by the Hooligans. Apparently this is a fairly complicated one. So it looks like we are ready to start some derby now. We'll see 2 Hooligans in the penalty box right now, so I'll anxiously await to see what happened with that official review. So that is D-Day on the line for the Hooligans and Shazama on the line for Casco. D-Day out as lead jammer. Shazama also out on his initial pass. D-Day getting a little bump out to the infield, being recycled back. So D-Day looking around at his bench, looking to see if he's got some coaching. Shazama out on his... Oh, just makes it out and gets swallowed back up by that Hooligans defense. D-Day coming around the outside. Looking to his bench to make sure that he knows what to do next. So far, D-Day's put 9 up on the board. Shazama looking to get through, looking to pass. Looks like he might have just been trying to fake out some of the hooligans. So Speedtree, really interesting. I've watched Speedtree play for the past few days, or past couple of days rather. Really excellent out there on defense, just kind of everywhere, aware of who's coming in, who he can knock out to be the most beneficial. Possibly a name you would want to nominate as an MVP. Scrim Demise with the star for Casco. And it looks like none of us. Oh, there we go. That is Duke of Hearts. Duke of Hearts. Yeah, Scrim Demise through the pack. She is out on the scoring pass, able to put up 4. Duke of Hearts still looking to get through. They're able to hold him. And Grim Demise looking for a way through. You'll see that Tugboat runs interference for her, trying to get her through. She gets knocked to the outside. Does call it off. She's able to put up 7, keeping the Hooligans to 4. So it will be important for Casco to hold back the Hooligans. Just as important it is for them to put points on the boards. They need to be able to keep the Hooligans from running away with those huge double-digit jams. We're just a little over 5 minutes left in this half. That is Grasso with the star for the Hooligans and some skater named X for Casco Bay. 1 to beat, and Grasso does it. Able to pull out lead jammer status. Some skater named X still looking for a way through. Grasso inside lane, looks at his jam ref, making sure. No, I did not cut. Special Ed will head to the penalty box. That looks like also, that was Ventura. I was trying to figure out who that was joining him in the penalty box. Grasso able to put 5 additional points on the board. Some skater named X got Speedtree to beat. Speedtree picking up that penalty. Just realized, I have to get off the track. Right. So Grasso with 1 Casco Bay defender to beat and does. So Grasso just going to get around again. Some skater named X out of the pack. Special Ed also joining the Hooligans on the track, and Grasso decides to call it off. Again, a double-digit jam for him. That's 17 points total, 8 for Casco. So they were able to pull a couple of points out there. A little under 3.5 minutes left to go in this half. So we still have another half to go yet. And there still are some exciting games on tap for later this afternoon. Let me tell you about it. Mass Maelstrom and Toronto. And we have the Berserkers and Shenanigans at 5. So that'll be fun to watch as well. And then we will be giving out MVP awards later this evening. Again, if you would like to give a shout out to someone, ask a question, or interact with us in any way, you can head on over to Twitter with the hashtag BOBH2017 or talk, the number 2, BOBH. So that little brief pause in the action gives everybody a chance to catch their breath. That looks like Fear Oxide on the line for Casco and Beast on the line for the Hooligans. Wow, Beast just makes a spin move on the inside, out, but also Fear Oxide runs up that inside lane, is also out. Beast, apex jump, looks behind him, notices that Fear Oxide is not far behind, and decides to call it off. So that was pretty, not his highest scoring jam, but a really nice looking jam. So that was 4 points total. So that'll bring Penn Jersey to 214 and Casco Bay at 47. We're right at 2.5 minutes left in this half. That's Grim Demise back on the line. For Casco, she is one of those jammers that's been able to put up double digits, but I'm telling you, that defense has to be able to stop D-Day. He is a force of nature out there. Grim Demise works her way through. Sweet Tree, a little unhappy with that. Oh, D-Day picks up part of the track with his skate. He is able to knock it off, though. He will head to the penalty box, so this gives Grim Demise an opportunity to put some points on the board. This is something she's good at. So her team will run a little interference there. Nice job sort of goading Mainframe. Grim Demise, I'm telling you, it's exhausting out there. Casco Bay also played a couple of hours ago in another really tough competition, and so wow, so D-Day just popped up out of the penalty box. There has been a star pass on the floor, and that is to Nurse Smash It, and but D-Day able to just come out of the box and just power through. He is one of those folks that really tough to stop as a defender. Just looking for him anywhere. Now Peroxide gives him a little bump there, and Grim Demise looks to give him also a bump, but he just flies right through. Really good on his skates. Nurse Smash It, still looking to get through. So it looks like D-Day is looking at that period clock. The jam clock is running down now. Right, that jam had to come to its natural conclusion, yes. So the period clock is counting down now. We've got about 1 more second. Okay, so this will be intermission. We end this half with the Hooligans at 235 and Casco Bay at 55. This is Ruby Longstocking, and you're listening to the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. Come back for the second half in just under 15 minutes. Or come back a little bit early. Welcome back, Derby fans. We're looking at the second half of Penn Jersey versus Casco Bay. Just under a minute left before we begin. See everybody checking in here, making sure all our non-skating officials and the skating officials are prepared to go. It is very chilly in our venue, so you will see lots of fans wrapped in one or many blankets with, we call them toboggans in the South, but maybe you call them knit hats in the North. So it looks like we'll start this half with Grim Demise on the line for Casco. And Duke of Hearts on the line for the Hooligans. So we start off, the Hooligans have a commanding lead of 235 over Casco Bay's 55. But we have seen Casco Bay hold the Hooligans and put up a couple of double-digit jams. So that's what they'll need to look at here. Grim Demise driven out quickly, being recycled back, but then Duke of Hearts also driven out. Duke of Hearts out the front and designated lead jammer. Grim Demise looking to get past that tripod. Hooligans are down one blocker, but they managed to get Grim to step on the infield. Duke of Hearts out for 5 points. Grim Demise through on her initial pass. See what Duke of Hearts is up to. Through for 4 points. Casco also sending a blocker to the penalty box, so that'll make us even with the number of folks on the track. So Duke of Hearts able to put up 9 on the board, and Grim Demise 3. That was only the first jam of the second half. You are watching the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. We're at the lovely Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg, Mass. And you see skater named X there representing Casco Bay in the red, and Grasso representing the Hooligans there in the black, really pushing against that tripod. Wow. Little pile up there around turn number 1. So Grasso is able to escape there just barely and get out as lead jammer. Trying to recognize Schuler there, just doing a great job. Schuler is kind of like the battering ram. They will just move him and put him where they need him. And he does some good work in that regard. So that is Rock this, picking up a penalty headed to the penalty box. He is quite the defensive player as well. Really good at being that extra defender who comes up and plays offense and able to recycle back and reform the tripod. You'll see Tugboat out there trying to go mainframe. Is that Zombicide Maniac taking a break there on the track? And so the Hooligans actually wound up with 14 points there on that jam. Casco still at 58. Oh, it looks like 15. Our jam ref was correcting the scoreboard. So that puts the Hooligans at 259 and Casco at 58. So that was jam number 2. Almost 4 minutes elapsed off this second half. Beast through the pack first as lead jammer for the Hooligans. You'll see Fear Oxide out there trying to get through the front of that pack. Again, a Beast just able to find a way through the Casco defense without them really noticing that he's sweeping around. So Fear Oxide able to escape as Tree heads to the box. Looks like failure to reform there. So Beast will call it off. 9 points on the board. Speed Tree will hang out in the box almost for the full penalty to begin this jam. You'll see Peroxide on the line for Casco. That's D-Day back on the line for the Hooligans. So you'll see both the jam. Oh, nice little move there. Peroxide was running a little defense, but D-Day did not fall for it. So there was a star pass to Minifridge. And Minifridge now has the star being recycled back by Zombie. You'll see that. D-Day out for 5 points. Zombie looking to take care of Minifridge, getting a little help from shoulder. D-Day working her way around, finds an outside lane, picks up another 5. Speed Tree now out of the box, able to get in front of Minifridge. Zombie looks like making a hit, but actually knocked Schuler out of bounds. That allows Minifridge through on the initial pass. D-Day looking for a spin on the outside. You see D-Day able to get through for 4 points there. Nice communication between our skating officials. D-Day able to call it off. We'll see if Minifridge was able to get any. Yes, 4 points on the board for Minifridge to the Hooligans 14. That puts Casco at 62, 2-pin jerseys, 282. We've got a little over 24 minutes, but we're only on our 5th jam here, folks. We've seen Casco be able to put up some fairly large double-digit jams. They're pulling out some trickster moves. Let's see if the Hooligans will fall for it. So you do see Duke of Hearts back on the line and Grim Demise. Duke of Hearts looking to beat, one more jammer, and he does get it. Rockfist is out there again, really throwing some good hits, trying to take out those jammers. Grim Demise looking to get through, and this is her initial pass, so the entire pack is moving with her, but they have to be stretched back because you'll see Casco hanging back there, keeping Grim. They're going to have to bridge. They're going to have to let her go, and they do. And so Duke of Hearts is out. He's able to put another 4 points on the board, so that's 9 total. But Grim Demise able to get out and keep a lid on those double-digit jams. It's hard to say fast. So that puts the Hooligans at 291 and Casco at 62. Right at 23 minutes left in this half. You are watching the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. Grasso out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. If you're just tuning in, Casco Bay out there in red. You'll see skater named X wearing a star for them. Grasso calling off the jam. Grasso and the rest of the Hooligans in black. So one of the sponsors of our event this weekend is Turn 2 Skate Shop. You will see that Turn 2 has been located at Turn 2 here in the venue. But for those of you watching from home, you can visit www.turnskateshop.com to see what they have to offer. And I will say I visited their booth during some of the breaks, and they've got some good-looking stuff. So check them out online. So that is Beast out there with the star for the Hooligans, and he slips on the inside and finds a way to be lead jammer. That is Furious Oxide battling. He's a very physical jammer. Casco's done a good job of sort of rotating him in when they needed a physical jammer, and he's able to just make those big hits and get through. Again, he is able to sort of reduce the number of points earned by the Hooligans, so they were only able to put up 4 that time. So that's a success for Casco. They came in much lower ranked than the Hooligans. So keeping a lid on their scoring is a good job for them. We're right at 21 minutes left in this half. And you'll see DJ out there with a star for the Hooligans. And some skater named X. Oh, as I say his name, he falls to the inside. He's wearing the star for Casco. Wow, big hit there. But skater named X does get up. D-Day picks up an elbow. So he'll head to the penalty box. This is a power jam for some skater named X. See if he can put some points on the board for Casco. Pat gets extended way too far. So some skater named X gets out on one skate. He is not lead jammer, so this jam will head for the full 2 minutes. Let's see how many points some skater named X can make, while his counterpart stands in the penalty box. Oh, so that is Nurse Ratchet picking up direction of gameplay, but nice job by the Hooligans killing that power jam. Jammer, wow, jammer out. D-Day able to just sneak through and find that inside line. Some skater named X not able to put as many points on the board as he might have liked, but able to slip by with 5 on that one. D-Day able to put up another 3 for that pass. Ooh. Some skater named X looking to beat 2. Here comes Zombie running up, providing brace. D-Day able to slip past Zappy. Some skater named X just really working hard against that Hooligans defense. That tripod's a killer. Oh. Peroxide down, but back up. It's always good to see her pop back up. You'll see Zappy in there trying to break up some of that defense. They are holding Mainframe back. Looks like they're trying to hold him back to keep the pack spread out, and that jam comes to a close. Casco unable to keep that to single digits. That was a 21-point jam for the Hooligans, but Casco was able to put up 9. So we're just at about 18 and a half minutes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're late. There was a little correction in the scoreboard, the timer, the game timer, but we are right at 18 and a half minutes. Duke of Hearts on the line and out very quickly. Grim Demise with the star for Casco. Oh, she's driven to the outfield. Yeah, her teammates keep her from being recycled back. Meanwhile, Duke of Hearts slips through for 5. He picks up a grand slam while Grim Demise gets out on her initial pass. Duke of Hearts looking hard to beat. That looks like Shazama. Shazama doing a great job of blocking out there. Normally a jammer for Casco. Total score at this point is Hooligans 324 and Casco 71. Was a little concerned that we might get some kind of a official review or timeout there, but we did not. So that's Fear Oxide on the jammer line for Casco, and Grasso with the star for the Hooligans. And Grasso picks up a forearm call. This gives Fear Oxide an opportunity to pick up lead jammer and put some points on the board for Casco. Again, a very physical jammer, and he is battling there against Vitri. I'm sorry, Nurse Ratchet. Sorry, my angle is bad. Sorry about that. Nurse Ratchet instructing his team. General Sofine getting a little hip check there from Peroxide, but Fear Oxide looking to get out. Still no lead jammer designated. Grasso out of the box. The penalty box is clear. We do have a Casco. Okay, that was Zappy, sorry. Taking himself off for a second there, but he's able to pop back onto the track, so we will not have anything called off. Grasso able to put 5 points on the board. Fear Oxide just looking to endure this, really. Mini Fridge in there just trying to scoop up some of those players. Grasso out for an additional 5. So Fear Oxide unable to get past Nurse Ratchet there, and also unable to pass the star because his pivot was spending some time in the penalty box. But now Fear Oxide and Peroxide, all of our oxides, are out of the box. Here comes Grasso. Grasso able to put 21, it looks like 21 points on the board. At just over 15 minutes, that brings the Hooligans at 345, Casco 71. So it looks like a timeout is on the floor, granted to Casco. Casco may just need to give its players a little bit of a rest. The Fierce Oxide over there on the outfield there on the wall, he may just be out of breath. That was a lot of work there that he did. And do keep in mind that Casco played a really tough game earlier this morning. They are beyond tired, I'm sure. Playing a team that far outranks them. So I also want to point out your attention to the Daily Bagel Cafe. I know that you listening and watching from home can't go visit them on North Main Street in Leominster, but you can visit thedailybagelcafe.com. As we head into our next jam, 15 minutes left in this half, you'll see Beast on the line for the Hooligans and some skater named X for Casco. Oh! Beast takes a little jump, looks at his jam ref and is like, we're ahead. I'm just going to not chance it. I'm going to recycle myself and try it again, and I'll just get lead jammer this time. So Beast is out. Some skater named X still looking to get out on his initial pass. Mini Fridge will head to the penalty box, and Beast just finds that outside line. It's like he's invisible. The defense of Casco does not even see him coming around. He's able to constantly find that outside line. Sin Diesel out there running a little interference there for Beast and picks up a penalty and will head to the penalty box for it. Some skater named X also out of the pack. Beast coming around quickly. That pack is skating fast. A knockout there. Rock this. Again, you got to watch that man's hips. So this is a foot race here. We have 4-4. So Beast was able to put 10 extra points on the board. So far it's 14. Some skater named X with 4. Out of the penalty box, and Diesel makes a little check on some skater named X. Everybody make sure some skater's okay. He says, yes, I am. So 13 and a half minutes left in this half. That was an 18-5 jam in favor of the Hooligans. So that is Peroxide back on the line for Casco and DJ. DJ again out, but Peroxide also out. Not going to make it that easy for D-Day. They're setting up, waiting for him. Peroxide finds that inside. D-Day find the outside. Oh, I was really hoping for her. And here she is. She's got one left to beat. Beats General So Fine. Peroxide out for 4 points. Also D-Day for 4, and he runs out of bounds, and so forces the call off. He is able, no, he is not able to pick up any additional points. So for the first time in many jams, that was Casco with 5 and Penn Jersey with 4. So Casco outscored the Hooligans. No, I lied, because now they have changed the scoreboard. So it is 6 for Penn Jersey and 5 for Casco. I got really excited for them there for a minute. But Duke of Hearts on the line for the Hooligans, and gets out and immediately called for a forearm. This gives Grim Demise the opportunity to do some damage there on the track. She is working hard against that 4. The Hooligans are going to have to drop back a bridge here. She is in bounds. It looks like a Speed Tree was thinking she had stepped out of bounds, but she did not. Now that somebody's going to have to bridge, yeah, because she's got 2 left to beat. Hooligans doing a good job of killing the penalty, but Grim Demise just staying in bounds, and she gets called for a cut track. Oh, I hurt for her. That was so much hard work. So that will let Duke of Hearts out. He is now addressing the pack. Nice little catch by T-Ice. Duke of Hearts got 2 to beat and is out. Looks like a forearm. That will be called on Tugboat. Tugboat headed to the penalty box. We'll see Grim Demise standing, ready to give up on that penalty. Duke of Hearts getting several hits there. You see Rock This again, and that is actually Nurse Smash It, taking it to Duke of Hearts. Grim Demise back on the track from the penalty box. Looks like she was attempting a star pass. So good job for both teams, actually keeping, holding down the fort while their jammers got out of the penalty box. Has been a star pass to Mini Fridge. Mini Fridge unable to get back around before that jam comes to a close. So actually not bad news for Casco there. They held the Hooligans to 10 points. They did not score any of their own, however, which leaves them at 81 to the Hooligans 379. We're just about 9.5 minutes left in the second half of Game 9, Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. In the red, you'll see skater named X for Casco, and in the black, you will see Grasso back out with the star for the Hooligans. Getting a lot of trouble there. That's Pajama and Roba Fett. Oh, and we have an equipment malfunction here. So what has happened here is skater named X is missing a wheel, but he is going to go back out there and just try to skate with missing a wheel, and he's just going to skate on one foot. He's just going to skate on one foot and get knocked out. Grasso, not really sure if he's aware of the whole missing wheel situation or what, if he's just unaware of what's happening. Just going to see if he can run up the scoreboard. Yeah, that's just what he's doing. Just see how many times I can skate in a circle. So skater named X is missing a wheel, cannot return to the track and So Grasso is just going to run it out. So we have here nice hit by Fear Oxide. Zombie trying to make a few counter hits. Shazama Pajama also out there trying to run a little defense. It's like Groba Fett. So Mini Fridge exiting the track. So I'm not sure if that was a penalty, too many penalties. So now we have, okay, it's just need some clarification on this, but it looks like maybe, I feel bad for a skater named X. Lost a wheel, unable to continue gameplay, removed himself from the track, but I think in returning himself to the bench, he actually committed a penalty, and so you can see he's there in the penalty box. We're going to have a skating official come over and confer with him. Just getting some explanation on what happened there. If I get any further information, I certainly will let you know and our audience. So Grasso, at that point, just seeing how many points he can put on the board, he was able to put 35. So it looks like that will be the end of that official timeout. Okay, so they have removed skater named X from the box. I will need to get some clarification on what exactly transpired there. But we will see our next whistle with Beast with the star for Hooligans and Peroxide with the star for Casco. Wow, Beast just quickly finds that outside line, able to pop through. No, I'm sorry, he picked up a cut track. I thought he had gotten lead jammer. I apologize. He picked up a cut track. This is a potential power jam here. I mean, it is a power jam. Let's hope that Peroxide looks like she gave up the star to Mini Fridge. They're a little sneaky sometimes, Casco, so you got to watch and make sure that the actual star pass happened. Peroxide running a little interference for Mini Fridge. Also, Ferrous Oxide out there trying to run a little interference. That is Nurse Smash It with the star, but good job for the Hooligans killing off that penalty. Beast back out on the track. Nurse Smash It still trying to look for a way through. Smash It gets recycled back by Speed Tree. Beast gets recycled back. I want to say that's Tugboat. Yes, Tugboat. So just a little over 5.5 minutes left in this half. Beast popped out of the penalty box. There was a star pass from Casco, so we'll run this down for the next 25 or so seconds on the jam clock. Beast in, nice little move on the outside. He's able to turn those shoulders, find a way through. Ratchet being recycled to the outside. Okay, so that's Fear Oxide taking a big hit there, holding one leg, but able to stand up. I think he was just not really wanting to remove himself for injury. Can't tell if that was an equipment skate malfunction, but we do have a skating official checking on it. And we also will have an EMT come over and take a look and make sure everything's okay. There is an official review being called by the Hooligans. You are listening to the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. This is game number 9 of day 2. Game number 9 of day 2. So if you are tuning in to check out Maelstrom versus Toronto, which was scheduled to start at 3, we are currently in the, so we have about 5 minutes left of the game between the Hooligans and Casco Bay. That's what you're tuning into right now, running a little bit behind schedule. So don't go away, just 5 minutes left. Then we'll give a little warm-up time for both of our teams for the 3 p.m. game. And then after that, the game that was supposed to happen at 5 p.m. probably will be running a little bit late as well. But that's a B-team game. We're going to be watching the Berserkers and the Shenanigans. So stay tuned for that. That should be a lot of fun. And then we'll be giving out MVP awards later this evening. So we do have an official review on the floor being called by the Hooligans. As soon as we are able to get some updates about that, I will share it with you. So as we step into jam number 16, second half of the Hooligans versus Casco Bay. Hooligans are 434 and Casco Bay at 81. 5 minutes left in this half. On the line you'll see in red, Scrim Demise for Casco. And number 5, D-Day in the black for the Hooligans. D-Day out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Grim Demise still looking for a way through that pack. Pack very tight on the straightaway. She's very good at footwork, but so is D-Day, and he gets out for a grand slam. Grim Demise looking to beat Nurse Ratchet and Zombie. That's a tough pair to beat. Zombie, that's General So Fine, also helping brace there. Grim just getting caught up. Mini Fridge offering a little assistance, but D-Day out for an additional 5 points. Grim unable to get through that pack. Looking for Mini Fridge, but and that was a little fake out. She's able to get out of the pack. That is her initial pass. 5 more for D-Day, and he calls it off. Just under 4 minutes left here in this second half of the Hooligans versus Casco Bay. Pin jersey here in the black. They have 448 on the scoreboard. Casco Bay in the red. They have 81. So that is Duke of Hearts with the star for the Hooligans, and Shazama Pajama with the star for Casco. Shazama, a frequent jammer, but has done a lot of defensive work out here today. Duke of Hearts out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Wow, Duke of Hearts able to look and see that outside lane. Comes through with 5 points. Shazama being recycled back. Duke of Hearts finding a way through. Shazama looking to get past a couple of blockers. Good job by the Hooligans recycling, so every time Shazama gets past a blocker, another one appears. Good job by Casco hanging on to Duke of Hearts for as long as they could. Shazama just powering his way through. They are going to have to step back to bridge. Shazama says, No, he picks up blocking with the head. This is a power jam for Duke of Hearts. Period clock right at about 2 minutes. 40 seconds on the jam clock. Duke of Hearts with 20 points on the scoreboard. Let's see if we're able to get confirmation. So just about 1.5 minutes left in this half. Again, if you have turned on our feed in hopes of seeing our next game, let me grab my list. So if you're looking for Mass Maelstrom and Toronto, again, we are running just a little bit behind schedule. There's about a minute, about minute 20 seconds left on this pin jersey versus Casco Bay. That is Beast out as lead jammer for the Hooligans. Shazama Pajama out of the box and looking for a star pass. Makes it to skater named X. 1 minute on the period clock, 1:30 on the jam clock. 475 pin jersey, 81 Casco. Skater named X slips through, but dropped his panty. The whole entire venue just said, "You passed it." Okay, so he didn't realize that he had dropped it, and so we're looking at 30 seconds on the period clock, 1 minute on the jam clock. Beast through for another 5 points. Beast through for another 5 points. Calls it off. And so what you might notice if you're watching at home is that we are following the new MRDA protocol for exiting the venue. First of all, we will invite our officials to make sure that everything is correct. Give them they are allowed another jam. And they will do that, looks like. So there are 6 seconds on the period clock, 6 seconds in this half. It looks like our skating officials are going to let another jam happen, okay. But as I was saying about the exiting protocol, you'll see all our teams return to their bench and everyone confer and finalize the score, and then our skating officials are allowed to exit the track before we have all of our post-game activities of high-fiving and slapping some sweaty derby hands. So it looks like they are going to allow one more jam to happen here. Next whistle will begin the last jam of this game. What we believe is the last jam of this game. Grim Demise with the star for Casco, and that is Grasso with the star for the Hooligans. Grim Demise running a little defense, but Grasso isn't having it. Grim Demise looking to get out, but not finding that inside line, getting recycled back to the straightaway. Grasso looking for an inside line, gets driven to the infield, also recycled back. Grim Demise getting pushed back. That looks like Ventura, I believe. She's just having a hard time there with that defense. You'll see Rockdus running a little interference, but Grasso is out as lead jammer. Period clock has expired. 1:15 left on the jam clock. So Grasso looking to get past us, a little bit of skating there on the outside and then the inside. Gets a little shoulder check there by Rockdus. Grasso is out. 4 additional points on the board. Grasso finding an inside line. 3 seconds left on the jam clock. So it looks like we're just going to let this one run down. The period clock has expired. So Grasso does call it off. I think they might have been looking to get over the 500 mark, and they did. So 5:04 for the Hooligans and 86 for Casco Bay. This is the unofficial score. So I will alert you as soon as that's been finalized. So the MRDA protocol asks that we give everyone 30 seconds to confer and make sure everything is right. And we do have final up on the board. So our final for today for the Hooligans is 5:04, and for Casco Bay Gentlemen's Derby, 86. You're watching the Battle of Bunker Hill 2017. We have more games coming up. So please follow us here so you can watch more great Derby. Again, we are running a few minutes behind, so if you will just allow our next couple of teams to warm up, come back. You've been listening to Rippy Longstocking, and have a great afternoon.